What Would You Make is a collaboration with host OK at Home DIY and Connie's Creative Creations with guest host David Owen Creates. Connie does many collaborations, thrift flips, and live Thursday night crafting series. I really appreciate her constant encouragement along with her kindness. Help her reach her goal of 4,000 subs by July 23rd, which is her birthday. OK at Home DIY participates in power-up collaborations, mystery box swaps, and What Would You Make projects. She is inspiring and helpful. And the co-host, David Owens Creates, makes beautiful wreaths, and he's an artist, and he likes to take Dollar Tree finds and make them vintage. So be sure to follow all of these channels, like, subscribe, and you will not be disappointed. Well, let's jump into the projects that I have for today. The first one is going to be a picture frame. And this picture frame is something that I saw at a vintage shop, and I figured I could recreate it. The supplies needed for this project include 2 wooden galvanized picture frames, screwdriver, wood or reptile glue, a saw. You need 2 wood pieces that measure 7.5 by 1/4 inch and another 7 inch by 1/2 inch. A picture or photo of your choice, black acrylic paint, brown acrylic paint, and a sander. Dismantle frame number 1 and set aside the 2 long side pieces. The other frame will remain intact, but remove the galvanized backing. You need to determine how long you want the side pieces to extend below your frame and mark the area with the pencil so you'll know where to cut at the bottom, approximately 1 inch. I used my electric saw to cut the area I had marked on the 2 angled side pieces. I removed the stays, but I had to replace them later because I realized I needed them to hold the photo. Now on to the bottom pieces. I cut the 7.5 by 1/4 inch piece of wood and used a block sander to smooth the edges. I cut the other piece 7 inches by 1/2 inch and sanded it as well. Then I glued the 2 pieces together, making sure that the shortest piece was in the middle of the longer piece. Then it was time to put it all together. I glued the piece that is angled on one end and cut straight on the other end to the side of the frame and let it dry. When it is all dry, then you can glue the legs to the frame to the top of the wood pieces as you see here. Now I settled on black and brown for the color, but it can be painted any color you choose. I may change it at a later time. You don't know. You'll see it pop up on my feed and you'll like, oh, that's the same frame. Yes, painted a different color. So you pop your picture or quote inside and style. How amazing. So now on to DIY number 2. This is a modern wreath using Dollar Tree supplies. So the supplies needed include 2 different size wooded hoops, greenery, florals of your choice, baker's twine, hot glue, and wire. This is a fairly easy project. Hot glue the 2 hoops together. If you wanted to make it more permanent, you can use E6000. Once it was together with the hot glue, then I wrapped some baker's twine around the area that is glued, and this is going to be at the top. And I wrapped it several times so I make sure that it is going to hold together even after the hot glue. And then I also made a hook to hang it. You're going to put your largest greenery, you're going to put the greenery on first on the right side of the hoop. Then you want to put your largest flower, and I had a really big flower. I needed to make it a little smaller so that it wouldn't overpower the hoops that I had. So I just took some hot glue and just kept making it smaller and smaller till I got it the size that I wanted it. Then I added the smaller flowers. I found a white flower in my stash that was tipped in kind of a dark pink, and then some small white flowers, and that is going to be on the right side. On the left side, you're going to adhere your florals to the smaller hoop. Of course, if you're going to use the smaller hoop, and I'm no floral designer or florist, but I thought that I needed a little smaller flowers on that side. I tied it on both sides with baker's twine, and I also used some wire, and you can put some hot glue there to adhere it also. Hang the wreath on your door and feel the beauty. I was inspired by a chain link that was made by Love, Create, Celebrate. It was so nice, so I decided to replicate theirs with a twist. This can instantly elevate your room by layering your wood chains over a book or on your coffee table. Now this is a little smaller size and you need to make it longer. Now I had 1 cup, so out of that 1 cup I got 3 links. I will probably add some more links to it later and maybe even change the colors. But anyway, let's get started on the DIY. The supplies needed include 1 wooden cup, and this was from Dollar Tree. You need some wood glue, a wire ribbon, saw, measuring tape, and some white acrylic paint. I measured 1-inch increments on one side of the cup. Therefore, each link is 1 inch in height. This cup is able to make 3 links of chain once they are all cut, and if you have a power saw, it would make it much cleaner and much better, but I didn't, so I used my manual saw, and it's not too bad. I cut an opening on the side of 2 of the links and join them together with the other link. Because you'll have a small opening, you'll need some wood glue and maybe some filler to hook it together. But I really didn't worry about that with this one because I adhered the metal ribbon to the whole link. I painted the chain white. And E6000 the metal ribbon to the outside of the links. And then just styled it. This can also be done any kind of way. Now Love, Create, Celebrate just stained theirs and that was it. And they had, of course, more links. So, I will probably add more links when I can find another cup. It can be done without the wire ribbon, or you can, maybe wrap it with jute. So, I will probably change it at some point in time depending on the season. So, if you have liked what you've seen, please subscribe, like, save, and comment if you so choose. And remember, life is mostly froth and bubble. 2 things stand like stone: kindness in another's trouble and courage in our own. This is by Adam Lindsay Gordon. See you later. Bye-bye.